Okay, so even though this is my trivia channel and I use it to promote the fact that, I'm trying to become one of the best trivia players in the world. Everyone who knows me knows that my first love is ball, and that, like going back even before when I started training for trivia, and I've gotten really good at that. Even before all that, like my ball trivia knowledge was naturally through the roof just because, it's my favorite thing in the world. And just from watching it and playing it and analyzing it so much naturally. Oh, none of that is relevant. I just, the fact of the matter is, I love ball to death. It's my favorite thing in the world. I can't imagine living in a world without watching and playing it. And I just wanted to post this video of me breaking down and reacting to this. I'm sure by now you've all seen the end of this Celtics Nets game. I'm sitting alone in my basement watching it while studying, and when the last quarter obviously was just amazing, but when this last play goes off, I'm literally in my basement screaming to myself because of how wild this last play is. So let's watch it first from beginning to end, this little 10-second clip, and then we'll go back to the beginning and I'll break down like just how crazy it is. So first, I'm sure you've all seen it, but let's just watch it again. All right. Why is this not playing? All right, let's try again.
Decide not to use it here. Brown the drive. Jaylen Brown kicks it out. Smart fakes. Inside. Tatum spins and he puts it in.
So at this point, I'm going freaking crazy. I don't really have a horse in the race. I just want to see a good series, like of these two teams. Like, they're obviously both amazing to watch, and whoever advances, I think that's going to be they're going to have a great run. But so let's break. As someone who has watched ball for basically 30 years and has like an encyclopedic knowledge of basketball plays, let's break down just how. I don't think I've seen anything quite like this. And if I think deep enough, I'm sure I can. But like this is so right off the bat, they have a timeout. Boston does, and they don't use it. That's pretty crazy. I would say like 85% of the time in this situation, they would call a timeout. Obviously, having it play through has advantages, and you can certainly go online and find a number of plays, even in playoff games, where they play through for an advantage. So, but still, I would say 85% of the time, a coach or even the players would call a timeout right here. So that's the first wild thing about this. Go on.
Decide not to use it here.
Great drive by Jaylen. He's got Dragic on him. Dragic is a great player, but can't keep up with the speed and size of Brown at this point in his career. So right here, he's got the baseline, right? You see he's kind of got like not quite a half step on him, maybe like a quarter step. If he really wanted to force it, he could probably go down the baseline right here and really try to force it, which a lot of players would in this situation. Or he can try to beat Dragic to maybe this spot right on the corner of the paint and then try to either crab dribble or like kind of back into him for a power move. I feel like a lot of players would do that, but it's about 25% chance of success on that move, either going deep baseline or trying to get to this spot and then doing a power move. So, good recognition. Doesn't go there, turns back. Now, right here, I'm going to pause right here. When I watched this live, I was 100% sure he was going to do either like a post fadeaway or just elevate right here because he's elevates way higher than Dragic. Again, and then most players, most wing players in this situation, seeing the mismatch, seeing you already have the defender off balance, and knowing you can easily elevate above them, I feel like 90% of the time, a player of Jaylen's caliber here would just elevate and shoot that, which would be a good shot. Like no one would fault him for taking that. Since I'm attaching percentages to everything, I would say that shot has about a probably 45% chance of success. It also depends on the matchup. Maybe I'll go as high as 52 or 53. It's about a 10-footer. You've got the matchup. You've shook your defender a little bit already. You can elevate above them. A player of Jaylen Brown's caliber right there. It's probably a 45 to 52% shot. A very, very good look in that situation. Most players would take that and not pass it up. But amazingly, he doesn't take it. Oh, and I think I should mention this. I don't, not to toot my own horn or anything, but like when I say that when he got to this spot, I was 100% sure he was going to elevate and take that shot. It's because like I kind of see the game in slow motion, like just from watching for so many years, like it's very rare for a player to do something that surprises me, even if it's like a very very nice pass and a nice find. Like I have pretty good court vision, especially when I'm watching on TV. So like usually when they do something like that, like I see it coming ahead of time. And again, not to toot my own horn or anything, but it's just like I feel like I have really good court vision. So like the game kind of like whenever it's plays like this, it usually happens in slow motion for me. So I can kind of see what's going on. But I was sure he was going to shoot this. But no, he finds Smart on the wing. Great pass. Look at this. Plenty of space. Now, I actually did not think Smart was going to shoot this. He's probably open enough. It would be pretty contested. But again, because I see the game, I kind of see the game in slow motion. It didn't feel like he was going to shoot this. He's not a great three-point shooter. He's certainly not shy, and he's certainly qualified. Like if he shot this here again, no one would fault him. It's a great shot. He's got people running. He's got couple guys closing out on him, which is just a really awkward. They did a good job by not calling the timeout. You don't let the defense get set, and they're kind of scrambling, so it doesn't. They're not really sure who should be closing out on this. So what happens is they both end up closing out super hard, and he fakes both of them, which is crazy already. Like to get two people in the air on a pump fake on a closeout. So I actually did not think he was going to shoot this. Gets them both in the air. Amazing. Drives it right here. Right here. Okay. I paused it a little late. It's already out of his hands. But as soon as he got him in the air, this time I was 100% sure he's going to float that. So again, I was wrong. I was like, I feel like most people would take a floater right there, or if not a floater, like a pull-up. And again, I paused it maybe a frame too late because you see he's already looking to pass. But you got two guys in the air, and there's 2 seconds left. There's 2 freaking seconds left. Most people would probably just take that shot. And this one is different from the Jalen one. This one is open, so no defenders. But the thing about the fake and the pull-up, the fake dribble pull-up shot is it's a very rhythm-based shot. Some people practice it and are excellent at it. And if you don't practice it, it actually is a little awkward. So I'm not I don't watch enough Celtics games to know that if this is something that Marcus Smart does all the time. But as a very solid professional player, you would think that he should be fine with it. But I just want to mention that because it is a little more, even though it's wide open, it is actually a little awkward if you don't consistently practice it. So floater or pull up for attaching percentages to stuff. Again, probably like maybe a little higher than that fadeaway or post move from a potential fadeaway or post move from Jalen could have been. So maybe probably also right around 50%, I would say. In last second situation, who knows? Like, yeah. But amazingly, he finds this cut. Now, what's wild about this cut is, again, the defense is scrambling. So the only guy guarding the rim is Kyrie, obviously the smallest player on the court for Brooklyn. The crazy thing about this cut is 80 to 85% of cuts that you find, you have to lead the pass. If it's behind them, they have to do a move, and it can get awkward. And call it luck or call it, taking advantage of the fact that the defense is scrambling. But the fact that Kyrie is right here means like that makes it a lot more manageable. Because if this was Drummond or, Horford for the other team or any number of above average defending bigs in the league, that would be very hard to have to do a move on someone bigger than you and finish with only 1.5 seconds left. Having said that, if he led the pass here for the cut, it actually would have been harder because one, I don't know what's going on in Kyrie's mind right here, but he's a very excellent player, so it's certainly possible. And he has like something like 5 or 6 steals this game already. So one, he could just read that, and you don't even need to steal it. All you have to do is disrupt it a little bit, and with 1.5 seconds left, like that's a really hard finish. We're talking like 15% chance. A two, he could like just not either steal it or deflect it or even get in the way of the pass. He could just get in front of the play, which means Tatum obviously is way bigger than him. He can still go up, but that's still a tough finish. And yeah, it probably might have been pretty hard. And you see like the angle right here with Horford, and I can't tell who that is, but like it might have to bounce past that even. So passing behind on the cut is kind of genius. It's kind of a mad genius play. And not only is it a heads up play, but it's also like a confidence in your teammate play because he knows, Smart is obviously a very, smart player for not to be too punny, but um, he sees the mismatch. He's like, all right, I can put it behind the cutter, and I know Tatum will still be able to finish that. So he puts it behind him. I'm gonna pause it one more time. This play is fairly common, I would say, in the NBA, like catching and spinning on a cut to finish. It is underratedly difficult. Like, he makes it look easy because like he's a great player and obviously very coordinated, and you know he probably sees the game in slow motion too. When he's making that cut, he knows that he's going to have to make some kind of move. So, to his credit, like it's not. You can tell when a player makes a move that they weren't ready for, that they have to adjust on the fly, and it makes it way harder. But he sees that he has to make this move ahead of time. But having said all that, this is still a very difficult finish by NBA standards, just because it's like, NBA players are obviously way bigger and faster and quicker than us average players, but it's like, and more coordinated, but the coordination plays still can take a weird toll sometimes because you're a little disoriented. Like when you finish your spin, it's not quite obvious where the backboard is. Like when you finally turn around, your eyes are on the backboard. You have literally a microsecond to see where to put the ball. So again, either by luck or by taking advantage of the fact that the defense is scrambling, he only has Kyrie on him. So now the catch is clean because of the good pass. It's an underratedly difficult layup. And
inside, Tatum spins.
And look at that. Wait, let me rewind a little and pause one more time. Look, you can even tell when he finishes his move. It's like, okay, I just finished my spin. I'm one of the most athletic people in the world. I still have to figure out where to put this ball. Like, you have a microsecond. It's so easy to smoke that layup. Okay, if I had to attach a percentage to this, which I don't know if you can go on Sport View or Ice or something and look up cut spin layups. I'm sure you're not able to. It's too hard of a play to dissect like that. But if I had to attach a percentage to this, even though he's wide the frick open, I would say this is probably only like a 70 to 75% layup by NBA standards. I would say 25% of the time, NBA players miss this shot. Just because it's so disorienting. You always see guys go for this, and then it just spins out. They hit the wrong part of the glass. It doesn't go clean, and either they long it or it rims out. They probably usually don't short it, but sometimes they do. So look at this. He puts it kind of not in the optimal spot on the glass. The optimal spot would be like a few inches to the left. And look, it doesn't go in clean. He front rims it, which is fine. Obviously, like you'll take a 75% shot in this situation. No one's saying like that's not a great play. It's obviously you'll take a 75% shot in that situation. I'm just pointing out it's not 100% clean. It fucking goes in. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I was pulling my hair out. This is one of the craziest plays I've ever seen. Everything I mentioned, not taking a timeout. Jalen not doing one of the obvious moves in that situation. Smart not doing the obvious thing in that situation. Finding that crazy cut and then that crazy finish, all without a timeout. That is a once in a decade play, probably by playoff standards. The thing that ties all of this in together is 90% of NBA's plays in this situation, where you're down by one possession, are ISOs. Okay, not 90%. Maybe like, I would say like 70% are ISOs, and another 20% are like high pick and rolls, or at minimum high 1-4s with a little bit of action. But that's what I'm saying. Like the thing that ties all of what I said together is only maybe 10% of these last second plays even are these nice, smooth ball movement plays. And of those 10%, like most of them are like, okay, I've one player found an opening and now let's swing, swing, swing around the perimeter. To find like cross court wing three and then a cutter and you pass to the cutter behind the play, you never see that in a last second situation. This play was amazing. I just wanted to throw my 2 cents of analysis in. So let's play it out and
Jaylen
one more
Brown
time.
kicks it out. Smart fakes inside. Tatum spins and he puts it out.
Unreal. What a play.